We know that this is Rosh Chodesh, but it's also parashat Terumah. So I'm going to start with parashat Terumah a little bit, and then we're going to go into Rosh Chodesh because there is an important to talk about the portion of the week as well. So we're going to start with Terumah. We know that the parashat of Terumah is talking about contribution that's supposed to be brought to the Mishkan, to the Tabernacle. That was the idea. And of course the question being asked, why do we have to talk about the Tabernacle if it's something that happened a long time ago? And then we have two temples after that. So why do we have to go and repeat and talk about Tabernacle? It's not something that will happen again. Where it's only Bet HaMikdash will happen again, the temple will happen again, but not the Mishkan. The Mishkan, the last time it was in Shiloh. Those of you know where Shiloh is. It's not far from Shechem, from Nablus. So what's the purpose and what can we learn from this parasha about Terumah? We know Terumah means contribution. Tarum meaning something that meromem, something that elevate you. We have Maasrot, Maaser meaning when you give 10% of whatever you make. We have Trumah, we have Pe'ah, is if you have a field, you leave something for the poor people, Leket, Shirecha, different things that you can give. What's so special about Terumah? And that's what the Zohar is going to talk about. So the beginning, it seems scary a little bit because that lesson was learned from the king of the dark side. Okay, King Solomon was the only person who was able to talk to the kings in the dark side. I cannot say the name of that king because at night we cannot mention their name, but you know what I'm talking about, okay? It's the darkest of the darkest. So he said the Sifrei Kshafim of Melech, the king, the teach King Solomon, Katuv, it's written. So why do we need to learn from the dark side something about our life? Simple. Because the dark side know exactly how this physical universe is operating. Where the spiritual side, where God is really ruling, God is ruling here as well. But He's allowing the physical entity, let's call it this way, to control our physical universe. So זה כל מי שרוצה להשתדל להעביר ממנו רוח הטומאה. Whoever want to try to remove negativity from their life, ולהכניע רוח האחר בסמך א', and to conquer and remove the dark side, מעשה הוא שרוצה להשתדל בו, צריך לקנותו בשכר מלא. Whatever act of spirituality or non-spirituality, whatever they want to do, has to buy it with a full price. What does that mean? שייתן כל מה שמבקשים ממנו בין מעט ובין רב. You need to give whatever they're asking from him, whatever is a little bit, whatever is a lot. משום, this is, again, the lesson is not from the rabbi, it's from the dark side. The dark side is teaching a secret here. משום שרוח הטומאה הוא מזומן תמיד בחינם ובריק. You want to know what's for free? רוח הטומאה. The impure system is free. You can have it as much as you want. אין בעיה. ונמכר בלא תשלום. The dark side is sell for no price. כי מכריח בני אדם שישרה עליהם ומסית אותם בכמה הסתות לדור עמהם, בכמה דרכים מטה אותם שיעשו משכנם עמו. And he's pushing people to go in the wrong direction so they can be with him. So it's almost like he's giving everything for free. Free sample, and the sample become an addiction, and the addiction, and then your person is forever. ורוח של הקדושה אינו כן. If you want to connect to the holiness, it's different. אלא בשכר מלא ובהשתדלות. Full price, בהשתדלות גדולה ורבה. Meaning you have to make also an effort. ובטהרת עצמו, in purification, ובטהרת משכנו, in purification of the house, of the room, ובחפץ ליבו ונפשו, and withhold your heart, וגם אז, and even then, לא שיוכל להרוויח אותו שישים משכנו עמו, ואם כל זה הוא צריך ללכת בדרך הישר. It's not enough to be spiritual for 1 hour, for 2 minutes, for 5.5 hours. Spirituality is all day long. It's not something that I'm going to be a good person for 20 minutes. No. You have to make a decision. How do you behave with people on the street? You walk in park, you walk on first, you're going somewhere, you're going to the airport. Sometimes we forget it. Sometimes we're not exactly angels. So even then, after you achieve spiritual connection, check yourself. How am I doing? Let's say today, I had a small test, not a big test. I'm sitting to pray, and I'm about to sit. Somebody put their stuff on my seat. It bothered me first, of course it bothered. I said, So then I said, Eliyahu, you're judging, and you are coming from Gvurot, you're coming a little bit harsh. maybe you offer help. You offer help to the gentleman, maybe they don't know. So offer help and everything, הכול בשלום. Chasadim always solve the issue, even if we don't like. Can you imagine you go restaurant, you go, we have a lot of women, so we can maybe describe that this way. You go to the restaurant, to the bathroom, and you come back, and your boyfriend or your husband is sitting with another girl. And when you ask her, what are you doing here? She will say, I'm sorry, I didn't know it was your husband. Now, you might get angry, right? I mean, I don't want to think even what you're going to say to her or to him. ועם כל זה, הוא צריך ללכת בדרך הישר. So you have to find the right path. שלא לנטות לימין ולשמאל, ואם לא, הוא מסתלק ממנו מיד, מתרחק ממנו. In spirituality, unfortunately, it's not lust. Every day you have to ignite, and every day you have to connect again to spirituality. ולא יוכל עוד להרוויח אותו כבתחילה. And you cannot have merit to receive it like it was before. ועל זה כתוב, ויקחו לי תרומה. Now we understand what it means. Jesus, come, we have room here, we have next to Michael here. Yeah. So that's what it says, ויקחו לי תרומה. They should take a contribution to me. כל איש, every person. But they say איש, man. What is a man? היינו מי שנקרא איש. Who is the איש? Who is that איש? שנתגבר על יצרו. Somebody who's overcoming his temptation. Somebody who's overcoming his inclination. Somebody who's overcoming whatever I want to do. It's not a big deal to be nice when you feel like being nice. But it's a very big deal to be nice when you... I don't want to be nice. I don't want to be nice to that person. I don't feel like I want to be nice to that person. שכל מי שמתגבר על יצרו נקרא איש. Whoever overcome the negative inclination, the יצר הרע, התגברות, that's איש. אשר ידבנו ליבו. Then what does that mean? The person who's generous from his heart. שואל אשר ידבנו ליבו. מהו אשר ידבנו ליבו? הוא משיב אל אשר ירצה פה הקדוש ברוך הוא. You want to know why you want to share? You want to know why you want to be nice? If you think that I want to be nice to that person who put stuff on my seat today, it's not because of me. It's because Hashem give you an idea to be nice. אשר ידבנו ליבו. שירצה בו הקדוש ברוך הוא. So every act of giving, every act of sharing, not with your family, of course your family is like, you take from here, and I said, okay, I give you a pen. לא נחשב. It's not considered a sharing. Sharing is my neighbor, or somebody, that's a sharing. ויטב ליבו, כלומר נאמרו בקדוש ברוך הוא, דהיינו, הלב של הקדוש ברוך הוא, כלומר הרצון שלו. You want to know what sharing means? It's the heart of God. The heart of God. I mean, don't think God has a heart. This is a physical thing. It's not, God is not physical. אף כאן אשר ידבנו ליבו, הוא הלב של הקדוש ברוך הוא. ממנו תיקחו את תרומתי, כי שם נמצא הקדוש ברוך הוא ששורה בו ולא במקום אחר. After you overcome your negativity, your issues, and you decided to share it, just make sure, let's say you give tzedakah, you have $1, you want to give a charity, just wait. Even that act, that thought, it's not mine. It's because Hashem is allowing you to connect to his heart. ומאין אנו יודעים כי הקדוש ברוך הוא רוצה בו. How do we know that God wants him? Give us a sign. Zohar said, give us something. ושם משכונה בתוכו. How do we know that person carried the heart of God within him? שאנו רואים שרצון האדם הוא לרדוף להשתדל אחר הקדוש ברוך הוא. When we see that person is really want to connect to the Creator, is chasing to get better, בליבו ובנפשו, in his heart, in his soul, וברצונו, in his desire. But we don't know his heart. We don't know his soul. So look how beautiful the Zohar said, ברצונו. You see the רצון of האדם. מה זה רצון האדם? What is the רצון? ודאי אנו יודעים ששם שורה השכינה. We know that person carried the שכינה within him. אז צריכים לקנות את האדם ההוא בכסף מלא. Buy that person with the full price. What does that mean buy? You go to the supermarket and say, give me that person, I want it to go. Please, French fries on the side, right? I mean, what does it mean? קונים אותו בכסף מלא. Now we know what it means in פרקי אבות. עשה לך רב וקנה לך חבר. Make yourself a rabbi, but buy yourself a friend. You have to buy it בכסף מלא. So it say, להתחבר עמו וללמוד ממנו, connect to a person, and this study from a person, this, ועל זה אמרו הראשונים, וקנה לך חבר. בשכר מלא צריכים לקלוטו. With the full price of money, buy a friend like this, כדי לזכות בשכינה השורה בו. Because if you study with a person like this, the שכינה start coming to you. עד כה צריכים לרדוף אחר איש צדיק לקלוט אותו. That's the way you chasing a righteous person and buying him. So that first section is from Trumah. From Trumah to teach us how to give, to teach us how you are, to teach us how it is that the person need to be, what we need to do. But the question is, how do we do it? Everybody said, okay, I want to be Ish, I want to be like this. Okay, I'm signing, but what do I need to work on? How do I start? So there is a rabbi, maybe you heard the name or not. His name is Rabbi Israel Mekozdich. There's a big Mekubal, big Kabbalist. The name actually was suggested by Rabbi Israel Baal Shem Tov. If you heard the name, he's the one who suggested that name will be. If you remember the story with the couples who dancing around the table, maybe it's good to say it. You know, I know Aviva is the only one who need to leave at 8, so I'm still gonna do the best I can to go quick. So Aviva is actually know me before even my wife told me.
It's true.
Yeah.
In
So
a different way, huh?
nobody thought that. Anyway, that's Aviva.
Shut.
So the idea is, how do we go about it? What is that we need to do to become like Ish, to become a person who overcome the inclination, to become a person who connects with Kedusha, to become a person who's changing? How do we get there? So there is Rabbi Israel Mekozdich, that his name was given by the Baal Shem Tov. What the story, I will tell the story really short, is basically the Baal Shem Tov, one Shabbat, was about to do the Kiddush of Friday night, and he started laughing. And the rabbi usually don't love doing Kiddush, he may smile and meditate. And he's smiling and he started laughing hysterical. Then Seudat Shabbat Baboker, Saturday morning again, he started laughing. So the students say, Rabbi, you have to tell us what's Shabbat, Avdallah. Why are you laughing? Say, you know what, I will take you next Shabbat to that place, you're coming with me. And we know that Baal Shem Tov was able to teleport himself. And he teleported his whole group into the area where those couple live. And they come to the area and they see a shack, like it's not even a house. And from the house, broken window, they see a couple, husband and wife, before Kiddush of Shabbat. And husband come home, they see how poor they are. They're so poor. But poor is not, they don't even describe as poor. It's like nothing. And they have one pot, that with food, one wood spoon, long one, and 2 plates. That's all what they have for Shabbat. Malasot. And he said, look at those people. So the wife is offering the food for her husband. Say, honey, I'll make you the best fish. She put the thing, she have beans. That's all what they have. She put the beans, put it on the plate, make it look like fish, and they eating the beans. And there is no money. Eat the beans, and he tastes the beans and said, my wife did, let me tell you, I had many fish in my life, but this one, the plate, this fish is something else. May you dance with me? So of course, and they dancing around the table. They sit again. And she said, wait, now I have the soup. That's different level. And it's the same pot, they're going in, they put it, boom. And he make like, wow, now that's a soup. He said, my wife, can I dance with you again? So of course, they're dancing and they're going around. Then she said, but I have a big surprise, I bought you the steak you like. And she make it look like steak, the beans and everything like this. And he cut it like it's a steak. And I say, you went far here. We have to dance extra now. And they dancing. And the pasuk, he said to her, Ishti kirati boi nerkot. That's the verse he tell her, my dear wife, we must dance. At that moment, the Baal Shem Tov knock on the door. When the Baal Shem Tov arrived to your house, either you did something really bad, or you did well. Now, they didn't think they're doing anything good. So, he opened the door. He said, I'm sorry, Kedushat Harav, I'm so sorry. We did something good. I said, no, the opposite. You have no idea. Since the temple being destroyed, they're looking for 2 simple people who have an happiness from the mitzvot. You guys able to achieve that. And you are allowed to ask either to be the wealthiest or to have children, because we know in heaven they didn't give you children. And they look at each other and say, we know how to be poor, no big deal for us, but it would be very nice if we have a child. He said, next year you're going to have a boy, but you have to name Israel. This is Rabbi Israel Mekozdich. So just to appreciate the name, every time you say the name, to know what we're talking about. It's more chashuv. So it say like this, how to change? What is that we need to do? I'm going to make it short because we need to get to the point here right away. So he say, the way we change is the story of Elisha. Those of you know, Elisha was a prophet, and he visited a woman that didn't have money. And she came to Elisha, he was an Navi, she was from the Shanavim, she was a widow, and she say, I have children, and all what I have in the house is a little bit of oil. that little bit of oil, an empty pot. That's all what I have. So it said like this. ואמר לה אלישע, הגידי לי, מה יש לך בבית? What do you have in the house? כלומר, דודה עונה לעמו בני ישראל, באיזה זכות הוא שייך, מה יש לך? Tell us the constitutes Rav, the Rabbi Israel is saying, what is the actual question that the prophet is asking her? מה יש לך בבית? What do you have in the house? It's truly is asking, is God asking you, I want to give you. I want to make you ish. I want to change you. I want to make you a better human being. I'm here to help you with whatever you want. מה יש לך? What do you come up with? What is it? You have patience? You have kindness? You have forgiveness? What are you giving me here? Give me something to work with. ותאמר, אין לי שפחתך. She answered, I don't have, כי מסוך שמן. I have a little bit of oil, פרשו בו משיכת אצבע קטנה. I have a little bit amount of oil. דהיינו שהיא משיבה שלא נשאר לה בלתי דבר קטן, הוא האמונה. I said, what left in my life is only אמונה. אמונה mean faith, or belief, or certainty, if you wish. That's it. I have only אמונה. כי האמונה היא שמקיימת אותנו ותשנו בברכה. Because when a person is falling apart, you gotta hold on to one thing, אמונה. But there is two types of אמונה. I believe that my life will be good, or I believe that that's the best thing that can ever happen to me. Two emunot, guys. One level is low. One level, I believe I open a store, I believe that store will sell better next week, so I will pray for the store to sell better. It's nice emunah, but it's low. I believe that whatever it is, that's the best thing that can ever happen to me. Selling, not selling, that's the best. I'm not here to rule the world. I have one master, it's not me. That's emunah. ויאמר לכי שאלי כלים מן החוץ. What is it telling her? Everything? He said to her, לכי שאלי כלים מן החוץ. Go, he said to her, and get some vessels, so we can, pull, if you know the story, pull oil from oil, and she become rich from the oil. He said, go. So ask the Rabbi Israel, מה זה כלים מן החוץ? What is that vessel from outside? שיוצר כל הגונה לנו לשאול כלים. To borrow vessel from outside. and ahavot v'yirot min hachutz. One of the levels that the human being has to get to is to be able to love and have an awe or respect to the Creator. That's how we change. So what happens if you don't have it? You don't have it. Where do you start? It say go outside, כלומר מן החיצוניות, כי מי שרוח נכון בקרבו יוכל ללמוד ולקחת דברים חיצוניים. דהיינו, אם אני אוהב את אשר לי, שאני משמח עמהם, רגע מיודעים למחר. Sometimes you go to the street, you see a good ice cream. You look at the ice cream, this ice cream can make me happy. If you take that aspect of happiness and love that you have toward the ice cream and turn it into love and connection to the Creator, God, that's called sha'ali kelim. Take vessel from outside. Go outside and learn from the wrong love. It's not wrong, but it's not the ultimate love, because the ultimate love is loving the Creator. So you can learn from that too. How do you learn יראה? Say, על אחת כמה וכמה שהיא אהבת נפשית והוקל ליוצרי, שהוא אימי לעולם. כן יראה, אם אני ירא מבשר ודם, you have fear from some people. You walk in the street, you get scared. I'm sure people told me after COVID it was scary to walk in New York City, because everybody's afraid of, everyone is scary to you. So what was the blessing in it? If you develop יראה מבני אדם, which is יראה חיצונית, is external יראה, you start being afraid, על אחת כמה וכמה מהאל הנורא הקיים הנצחי. Then you develop a true element of fear or an awe or respect toward the Creator. If we are not getting that, then what are we working on? What? We're coming to God and we're knocking on heaven's door and we're looking, I want money, I want soulmate, I want peace and quiet, I want my life to get better. We make God our servant. We're not really believing. Hey, I need please 2 Diet Coke. What is that? What is that? This is not a connection to the one who created us. Maybe we lost belief that that force created us. But you gotta go outside, love what's going on outside, love even the wrong thing, but ask yourself, why am I loving the wrong thing? Because there is a love in me to love the right thing. Why am I afraid of the wrong thing? Because that fear in me is supposed to be the fear of the Creator. If I develop it, if I develop it every day. So when we talk about Ish in the Zohar, that's how you become the Ish. And then he tells her, Ubat v'sagart adalat. Go, come home with the vessels and close the door. היינו שזה יסוד האמיתי לכל העבודה, להתבודד ולחשוף בשפילותו ולדעת כי הוא מבחינת דלות עד מאוד. And look internally and say, I don't have enough of that strength of being spiritual. My friend, we're not talking about something that it's easy to do. It's not the easy thing to do, but it's something to think about. I'm not telling you that after we leave tonight, we all be tzaddikim. But if we want to develop ourselves, to start somewhere, we have to start being aware, first, that there is a creator. I know a lot of people say, do you believe in God? Ah, of course I believe in God. Do you know there is God? Ah, yes, there is God. There is a story about the Kedushat Levi, Rabbi Levi Yitzchak Berdicho, when his father was not into Hasidut, so he went to study with the Hasid, and when he came back, his father started making fun of him. So what did you learn? Say, I learned that there is God. And his father started laughing. He said, that's it? I said, yes. He was very proud of that. He brought the maid, and he asked her, if there is God? He said, of course there is God. So he said, she know it, and you know it, so what's the evdel? What's the difference? You went to study so far and come back with that conclusion. And Levi Yitzchak answered, she say, but I know. It's a big difference. She say, but I know. To get to I know, you have to struggle with life. You have to get to it. Something short, and then we move to Adam. Another thing about Trumah, ביקחו לי תרומה. תרומה וממורה מבחר כן שמצאנו, this is for מסמך ישראל, one of my favorite, lately my favorite commentary. מידותיו של רבי עקיבא היינו מבחר ומידותיו התכלית התורה, ואיך להגיע לזו? מעט, מה זה מעט? Take money from, the word from is מעט. מעט is the same letter as אמת. אמת. אותיות אמת. כל איש אשר הבאנו ליבו, היינו להתבטל בפני כל אחד ואחד בישראל, ולראות בכל איש אשר הבאנו ליבו שיש בו נדיבות הלב. You want to know what being נדיבות? What it means to be charitable? It's not just money. It's to work on yourself to find the goodness in each person. You stop and you look at the person that bothers you the most. Then challenge yourself. Challenge yourself tomorrow. Who's bothering you the most? Find the one good things in them. That's spirituality. I love that person. Wow. If you go by the zodiac and your sign feeling exactly, let's say if you Cancer and you're exactly by the book you're Cancer, that means something is wrong. That means you didn't change. Something's wrong. It's supposed to change. It's supposed to stay the same. להתבטל בפני כל אחד ואחד מישראל ולראות בכל איש אשר הבאנו ליבו שיש בו נדיבות הלב ונדבה הוא רצון הטוב, לראות הטוב שבכל אחד ואחד ולהתבטל בפניו. It says there is a pasuk, those of you know Hebrew, שיר המעלות, אשא עיניי אל ההרים, those of you know that מזמור. What do you say? אשא עיניי אל ההרים, I will raise my eyes to the mountain, מאין יבוא עזרי. You want help to come like that to you? You want life to go there? First, make sure everybody's arim, everybody's mountain. אשא עיניי אל ההרים. I will raise my eyes to the mountain. If you look at all people that they are tzaddikim more than you, then מאין יבוא עזרי. You don't have to worry. מאין, מכלום. From nothing, your Ezra will come. But if you think, as somebody in the meeting today, on the business meeting, so this gentleman out of nowhere look at me and say, you know, the mountain, that's what he say, the mountain, if it's rain, the rain will not last there. But when you go to the valley, all the water go down to the valley. Some people want to be important. When you want to be important, it's very nice, but why? למה זה חשוב? You know, somebody, women and men in a wedding. If one woman wears the same dress as the other woman, יש בעיות. There is a problem. מה קרה? What's the big deal? We're yellow and yellow. You look at the men, they look like penguin. All of them the same things. Nobody cares. You know, but it doesn't mean men are better than women. As women come to, it's called כלים דעיגולים. Women come to fix something higher than a man. Women don't know it, but women come to fix something higher than it. It's called כלים דעיגולים in Kabbalah. It's a circular vessel. Men come to fix something called כלים דקו. It's a linear vessel. That's why the women cannot do a lot of the tikkunim of actually here. They're supposed to help the husband, either to bother him, meaning to really bother him, ezer kenegdo. Either kenegdo, punch him, bother him, or ezer. Depends what the case is. Depends on the case. So, but in the same time, we have to able to see the good in one another. So if you see a woman with the same dress, see the good in that choice. You know, for the man, it's different. The man is compete about performance. Man is compete about performance of business, performance of sport. It's different type of competition. וכן צריך כל איש בישראל ידע ידיעה אמיתית שכל ענייני התרוממות וההתקרבות שלו בהם מצד הקדוש ברוך הוא. Every time you get better and you become nicer to people, don't give credit to yourself. Please don't. Because then you lost the whole achievement. Just look inside and say, Hashem, thank you so much for making me better. Hashem, thank you so much for making me forgive my sister. Hashem, thank you very much for making me nicer. Some force is helping you. שהוא האדם צריך לעשות התערותה דלתתא בחינת מים נוגבים. A human being has to be awakening from below to above. It's called מים נוגבים. Meaning, you have to wake yourself up to do things against your will in a nice way. שיהיה כלי מוכשר לקבל הטוב והחסד. So then your vessel is ready to get. I mean, I don't know what expensive champagne name is, but I'm sure there is expensive one there. You know, there is one kosher one in pink. It looks pink and it's a small bottle, finished very quickly, but it's a very expensive one. And usually in Pesach you see them around. People buy one bottle and share it quickly. It's under the table. Nobody want to share. And you wouldn't put that expensive champagne into a dirty cup. We are the cup. Clean it before. Don't worry about fulfillment. Don't worry about what you want. That will come. This is about how we change. This is about how we do Trumah. This is how we elevate. Now we're going to do a shift into the month of Adar, which is very, very important to know how to behave in the month of Adar. How am I doing on time? Still good, right? Still okay. All right. First, just an idea of Adar, just to give you an idea of Adar. The word Adar is dar. The word dar is dalet is dala, meaning poor, and resh is also poor. This is the same translation. Resh is poor, but you have aleph before that. Aleph is stand for alufo shel olam. Alufo shel olam meaning the master of the world. The master of the world is dwelling on a person lower themselves into the lowest level. You don't have to be chashuv. You don't have to be so important. I know we worry sometimes somebody will not see us, especially if we on Instagram or Facebook, who saw it, who watched me, who called me, who give me the envelope. In the old days, in my time, it used to be a different style. It used to be after each wedding there is a paper who gave you 200 shekel, 150 shekel. I don't know if it still exists. There is a list of, is it still happening?
Yeah, we keep track, yeah.
Oh, you keep track?
Absolutely.
Oh, it's still happening? Okay, there is, and then, oh my God! And then you have the computer to see if the
An eye for an eye,
the inflation 12%, 20 shekels left. So, but when we lower that, then alufo shel olam, the master of the world can do well enough. Second thing about Adar, Aleph, in a code way, I will not go into it, it's called Tzimtzum there, is Aleph. If you look at Aleph the way we write it, there is Yud, we have like Vav, and we have Yud below. You see the Yud and Vav. This is 26 together, right? If you take 10 and Vav is 26, which is like the name of God. According to the Mekubalim, this is stand for how we behave. We can behave, I want everything now, I want everything direct, I want it, and very, very aggressive. Or we can do something we call three-column system. Three-column system meaning giving, receiving, and balance. Or rachamim, if you want, whatever name you want to give it. A lot of time we don't like to wait, and that's where we do the mistake. In Adar, unfortunately or fortunately, there is rules. You're not going to get gift in this month until you make an effort of the center column. If you're not able to do, it's called kav emtzai. Kav emtzai. I cannot go. It's a little deep subject, but I'm giving you the simple part. Kav emtzai meaning be'emtzauto in Hebrew. Be'emtzauto. Through that you can change. Emtzai. Emtzai means center, but emtzai also is it warm? Can I help it?
Yeah, it is. It is warm.
That's what for me it was warm, but
Yeah, it's
it
warm.
was. Thank you. Thank you. So kav emtzai, through that we change it. How do we change? By not receive it right away. So there is a slice of pizza. I want to receive it right away. Wait a little bit. What if there is nothing left for me? It's meant to be. Believe. It's meant to be. So as much as and everybody know there's shtikelach. Everybody has a little shtick. Some people it's with food. Some people it's a judgment. Some people it's everybody born with some blemish. Why we born with that blemish? That's our gift. If you think that your blemish is the curse, it's actually the only gift we have is the blemish. Because through the blemish, you work on yourself. The good thing about your personality are dangerous. You're born with it. It's called Or Yashar. It's called what's ever come from above to below. But the Or Choser, meaning the change that you can make, the returning light, is your blemish. Are you too judgmental? Oh, Baruch Hashem, you're judgmental. Are you too impatient? Baruch Hashem. So every time you go to the supermarket and in front of you, there is this lady that or guys that talk on the phone, and behind you there is already a person, and the cashier, she went to smoke a cigarette. Now you stuck between them, you Baruch Hashem, you have your impatient to work on. אין מה לעשות, מלמעלה. Baruch Hashem, איזה ברכה, איזה ברכה. Or you drive somewhere and nothing is moving, nothing. Or you ever happen to you in the parking lot, sometimes the person in front of you doesn't know how to use and you cannot go back because there is that's it, matana, what a matanot, what a gift. Again, so in Adar, a lot of those things are available, accessible. So for some people it's tough. For other people it's not, as tough it is. There is something here that I want to show you also. Try to remember the code. I hope I remember the code. I think I do. Yeah. This is, I don't know if you can see it from far. According to Avraham Avinu, actually, according to Abraham, there is 2 letters that control this mass. Most people don't know it. Unfortunately, it's sad. And all this actually it's mentioned in Bnei Yissaschar, if you know the book Bnei Yissaschar. It's also mentioned in Sefer Yetzirah, Avraham Avinu. So according to Sefer Yetzirah, Avraham Avinu received a knowledge from Hashem that, thank you. I don't know how to use it. I'm new into it. My kids are trying to help me to use the computer more often. So Kuf and Gimel, and the Kuf created the mass of Adar. Gimel created the planet that control Adar, which is called Kochav Tzedek, or in English, Jupiter. So Avraham Avinu, in the book of Yetzirah, explain, and also Bnei Yissaschar, those of you who have the Sfarim, explain exactly how those 2 letters create this mass. Now, if you look at the letter Kuf, those of you who know the letter Kuf, it's going to be below the line. It's going below the line, meaning Klippa, meaning the dark side. Now, why do we want in this mass to give something to the Klippa? You have to. You have to give something to the dark side. Afrashat Challah, what do you do with a piece? Right? Run away. You always have to cut a piece or la, right? All the mitzvot that we have in Judaism, you can never take directly to you. There is a reason for it. It's called Gimel Rishonot. I'm not going to go into it. So you have to give something away. Who didn't give something away? Somebody who didn't give something away and he was punished for that. You always have to give away. Is Eiyov. I don't know if you know the name Eiyov. Job. Job refused to give something to the dark side, and I don't want to tell you. You can read about what happened to his life.
I never knew that.
Eiyov. It's in the Zohar.
Was this why he?
Yeah. That's one reason. He was activating the dark side. You cannot not give. Let's say Yom Kippurim. What do? We have 2 goats. One goat we throw from the mountain, and one goat we sacrifice. Why the goat from the water? It's a waste. It's a baltashri. Because that has to go for.
Is it to appease?
No, it's Chaz Shalom. That's idol worshiping. We cannot connect to the dark side, but we can use the dark side as a dog. So we give like a piece and leave us alone. Is it? Give us a piece and leave us alone. Give a piece. So in this mass is a mass when we give that piece. That's the reason a person is getting drunk on Purim. And the lo yada. Some people get drunk, some people study Torah. The same, Yena shel Torah or Yain Mamash. There's a question on that. Some people just do L'chaim in one time. But just remember that in this mass, this is control. Well, how do I move it to the next? And then the letters that control this mass, we have 12 combination of Yud Kevavke, 12 combination of Tachegameter. Every mass it's changed. I hope most of you know what I'm talking about. Or you don't know, it's new to you. Okay, I thought. Okay, for example, for Nisan is Yud Kevavke, Pashut. For the month of Adar is a Yud Vav. You can read more about it. I think Sfarim exists in English. not שפת אמת, בני ישראל.
Yes,
Yeah, it's in English.
I think so.
Yeah, it's in English, so you can read a lot about it. So the A and Yud and Vav, when it starts with A, Yud and Vav, meaning that the mass A and A is always nekevot, Yud and Vav is scharim. Scharim meaning male, A is female. That's why Rachel couldn't have children. What they had to do, they brought her a concubine, Pilegesh. What's the name of Pilegesh of Rachel? Who know? Come on, girls, you gotta know by now. Bilha, who said that? Bilha. How many A Bilha has? Two A. One for Rachel, one for her. So they can have children, otherwise it's not a nekeva. Sarai couldn't give birth. What they had the letter A. Yud and A can give birth. So the A is the nukva, is the way to give birth. It's a lot of information on that, but I'll make it short because I want that you test a little bit of the idea, so you have an idea. So this is combination. Try to think of it as maftacha, meaning is how you're opening the mass. Every time you get stuck in this mass, that's how you're opening the mass. A, Yud Vav.
What do? You visualize it? What do you
Yes,
do?
we're going to do it tonight in about a few minutes, okay? You visualize it, and you visualize also the letter Kuf and Gimel, and you start using it. We will, hopefully we'll be able to do as much as I can tonight. So it's saying about the mass of Adar. I want to read to you from Mismach Israel. It's saying במסכת תענית, דף כ"ט, משנכנס אדר מרבים בשמחה. When Adar coming in, you have to be happy. איזה שמחה? What שמחה we need to have? We know in one מסכת it say, אין שמחה כהתרת הספקות. One שמחה is when you remove all doubts. That's מסכת מגילה. And there is another simcha. I heard it from Rabbi Michael Naor, a good friend of mine from Israel. And simcha כsimchat HaTorah. And he heard it from his teacher, Rabbi Avraham Brandwein. What is the real simcha? Simchat HaTorah. The happiness of the Torah. ועניין השמחה היא לשמוח בהשם במה שזכינו להיות בחלקו ונחלתו. We have to be happy about being born into a spiritual group. כי חלק השם עמו יעקב חלק נחלתו. So, what are we getting from this שמחה? ואיך נבואה שהרי השמחה הזאת להכיר בחלק ונחלת השם תמיד, היא על ידי אהבת רעים ואחדות בני ישראל. You want to achieve that שמחה? You cannot do it alone. And there's no such a thing as alone שמחה. שמחה alone is not שמחה. Find somebody to dance with. I'm not talking romantically or something like this. Somebody to dance with. And with happiness. Yesterday I was in Williamsburg with Debbie. I went to get a few things to fix a few things that I'm trying to do. And I enter a shul, you know, dress different, look different, nice payers, everything. But, you know, look, Sfardi, on the side, pray. But I saw the Ahava among them. Whatever they like us or they don't like us, that's a different story. But among them, beautiful. Ahava Gdola. There is Ahavat Re'im. You can say Ahavat Re'im. You can see the love among them. So Simcha in this month, Idra meaning Idra Rabba, Idra Zuda meaning the gathering, Idra in Aramaic mean gather. You gather with people, like we do here, בשמחה. היינו שכל הישות והאיחוד מהעם הזה אינו לאחדות שביניהם. You want to know what make בני ישראל the nation? אחדות. Our unity. Doesn't matter the different. Doesn't matter how they think. My duty is how to be in unity with them. You know, there is, it doesn't matter, no names and no places. There is one rabbi who's not into me that much. And I make it very clear, not into me. So when he's not there, you know, my son and me usually clean his place and make sure this and that. So my son asks me, what are you doing? See, he doesn't see me, it's okay. I'm not confusing me, it's not a bribe. It can be a bribe if he see me. But if he doesn't see me, I'm allowed still to love him. I'm allowed still to be nice. You know, I'm not doing it face to face, but I'm allowed. And each one of us has to look for that אחדות. אשר הם העם אחד, וכידוע מאמרם ז"ל, דורו של אחאב היה עובדי עבודה זרה, ולפי שהיה אחדות ביניהם, ניצול. The generation of Ahab, the worst generation ever, with Izebel. You want to know why they survive? They find a way to have unity among them. It doesn't mean you should be like Ahab, it means the unity part is the lesson. אבל אתה הם המפוזר ומפורד ביניהם פירוד לבבות. Now there is separation of heart between people. ואתה העת והעונה שתוכל להגיע בהם לרעה, חס ושלום. Haman go to Achashverosh, and he say to him, Yeshno Am Echad, Mefuzar Ben Ha'amim. He didn't mean that the Jewish are everywhere in different cities. No! He meant lack of unity. That's the time to hit them. This nation, when they have no unity, everybody can win. Chas v'shalom. Chas v'shalom. Chas v'shalom. But when they have unity, doesn't matter, Ashkenazi, Sfaradi, tall, short, with kippah, no kippah, לא משנה. Find this one good thing. So when he come, ששמע אסתר, זה הידיעה למרדכי דבר זה. When she heard from Mordechai, heard that Haman trying to do, what is Esther is doing? שיתקן הדבר הזה, אמרה לו, לך כנוס את כל היהודים. Go gather all the Jewish people in Iran, one, together. Make them, מה זה כנוס? Make them one. That's how you save them. יענו שתכניס אותם בכנופיה ובאגודה אחת, לייחד לבבם לאחד. If you put them together, we have nothing to worry. וצומו עליי, and fast for me, she said. Why she said fast for me? Fast for you. Why she said fast for me? say, מספר ישראל, כל המתפלל לחברו נהנה תחילה. If you pray for your friend, your prayer will be answered first. So that's what Esther did with that. Now, didn't forget about your meditation. I'm gonna get into few parts, and then we're gonna do everything. So in the end of the Megillah, those of you who know the Megillah by heart, it say, what?
She's surprised, meditation.
Yeah. So the idea is like this. In the end of the Megillah, we have the word Emet v'Shalom. Those of you who know the Megillah by heart. Emet v'Shalom. Emet v'Shalom in Kabbalah, according to Kabbalah, there is 4 angels. It's not Kabbalah, it's Midrash. Everybody knows the Midrash. 4 angels that created human beings. And we need to know about it. Okay? So please listen carefully, because we know that this month you always have to have cash in your pocket. $1, $2, always have cash. Whoever asks, the answer is yes. Until Purim, the answer is yes.
Oh, to give?
To give. Wrong, right. You know? I mean, thank God to my dear soulmate, my wife, who were able to go to the bank. And she know every time Rosh Chodesh Adar, I usually get singles and put them, and wherever I go, what can I give? Because it's a מאוד מאוד חשוב. It's actually your parashah depends on that. Your success in business depends on that. Everything depends on those doors. Don't do it for that reason. Do it for the right reason, and Hashem will take care of your business. But don't do it for getting business. So this section is explaining about human creation. It's important. פתח רבי שמעון ואמר מי ששמח במועדים ולא נותן חלקו לקדוש ברוך הוא, אותו ריין, אני לא רוצה להגיד את השם שלו, he say whoever is happy in his holiday and he doesn't give a little piece to the dark side, that's where the part come from, שונא אותו ומסטין עליו. The dark side is chasing that person now, is after him. מעבירו מן העולם, he makes sure he will die quick, וכמה צרות על צרות מסרב לו. He makes sure that person will have only problem. Just because he didn't give to who? Not to the poor, to the dark side. What's going on? מה הולך פה? It say, יש, in the dark side there is male and female. The male part of the dark side, of the negative side, הזכר, אינו כל כך רע. It's not so bad of the dark side. כמו הנוקבה. No, it's not what he think. והוא אינו מכשיל בני אדם לשקר בשמה דקודשא בריך הוא. He doesn't make us lie in spirituality, אלא אדרבה. More, מעוררו לעשות מצוות. He forced the person to do a mitzvah. The dark side, the negative side, the evil inclination actually come and tell you, do a mitzvah, do something good. אלא שלא בטהרה. Do the mitzvah, but with agenda. With agenda. What is that agenda? על מנת להשפיע נחת ורצון, רק בעירוב להנאת עצמו. Do the mitzvah of Shabbat. Shabbat is what can be more of Shabbat? But do it that you can eat good food. Keep the champagne under the table. Hide the cognac in another room. Put the cookies somewhere else. Me. That's how the dark side make you do mitzvah, but it's the male of the dark side. כי על ידי כך שאין כוונתו להשפיע, נמצאת המצווה בלי טעם ובלי אהבה ויראה, דהיינו בלא לב. This mitzvah is called heartless. The mitzvah is no heart, nothing. It's all about me, 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 me. I want to go to Gan Eden. I want to be recognized. I did extra mitzvah. I want to be the first 10 who go to the minyan, because I read the Zohar said whoever comes the first 10, Hashem forgive him for all his sin. I want to go to every Brit Milah, so I will be forgive. Everything is me, 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 all day long. That's called the klipa of Zachar. אמנם כיוון שכבר משך את האדם לרשתו, after he pulled the person into his net, יש לו כוח אחרי זה להזדווג עם הנוקבה שלו, לתרומה רבה חדה שלו. Then he bring the female aspect of the negative side, שהיא קליפה רעה ומרה. That's the קליפה רעה ומרה. It's a קליפה that already pulling him in. המזייפת בשמה דקודשא בריך הוא. That's already lies. Then he falling down. That's why you see a lot of time, people do mitzvot. People keep Shabbat, people have nice yarmulkes, big size, peot, and below, beautiful. Tzitzit, outside, chagim, the chagim. Oh, just look at them. Unbelievable. And the wife with the kedusha v'tahara. Perfect. What happened? We don't know why they did what they did. If they do it for the agenda, what's in it for me, that's klipat hazachar. And then the klipa of the nukva, the dark side of the nukva is coming. כי אחר שיכשלו במצוות שמחת יום טוב, שלא יהיה לו להשפיע את נחתו צור, כי זה נראה מתוך שאוכל לבדו ואינו מענה לעניים. How do we know that the person is not going to the test of the real mitzvah? How many poor people coming in holiday, not in Shabbat? Shabbat is not considered holiday. Pesach, Shavuot, Sukkot. Pesach, Shavuot, Sukkot. Remember, holidays, Rabotai. Chanukah, Purim. Always try to have somebody who cannot afford something around. Hey, can you please come and eat in my house? I have chag. Please, you have to come. You have to beg them. So, why is it like that? The Zohar said, why? Why does it have to be that way? When the human was created, 4 angels created the human. 4 malachim. Malach of Emet, angel of truth. Malach of Shalom, angel of peace. Malach of Rachamim, mercy, and Malach of Tzedakah, and Malach of charity. The idea goes like that. If the person is not capable to develop themselves to be one of that angel, it's a problem. What God did, He went and asked them, Nivra Adam, if you know in Bereshit, let's create a person. Didn't say Hashem bara et Adam, say Nivra, let's together we're going to create. Who did He talk to? He talked to those 4 angels. Malach Shalom said, why you creating him? He's going to make war. Malach Emet says, Shakran. This human you're about to create is Shakran. God take the truth, Ishlich Emet Arza. He took the truth, put it to the ground. Go away from him. And God said to the angel, I'm creating a human who can develop himself every day to get better. That's what life is about. Development. Nobody change overnight. If you try to change overnight, you're lying to somebody, and mostly to yourself. Change is happening in years. Little by little by little. It's called absolute emanation. And step by step you change it. To those 3 columns. You're giving sometimes, you're receiving sometimes, you say no sometimes, that's the center column. All day long you're playing between these 3 columns. That's how you develop. But you cannot be, I don't want nothing for me, not to eat, fasting, nothing. You cannot do it. You have to balance between the 3 columns. That's how you develop yourself step by step. How is this connect to Adar? We said that in Adar, in the month of Adar, we have Kuf and Gimel. Remember, the Kuf go dark, go to the dark side. And it says if you don't give, if you don't have generosity in your personality, not just for money, for patience, for people, for how nice you can be, you have to have that fire all the time. What do you study for? I mean, we have students from college. What do you study for? What's the purpose of life? People want to get married. People want to finish college. People want to build a house. And and then when you drive to the Eliyahu, you see cemetery on the right. And then you see another cemetery on your left. And then you see a cemetery there and there. And ponitman veponitman. And here is buried, and here is buried. And when you listen to the grave, you hear potential. All the people with potential. I wish I would do it this way. I wish this way. It's going to be something that we cannot miss. What is the 2 things we cannot miss according to God, according to angels, according to the Zohar? Merciful and charitable. This is the test of human being. And again, it's not about the amount. It's not about if you give $1 or you give $1 million. It's not about that. It's about always to be ready. Where can I give? And how to be more merciful. In every chance I have, somebody hurt you, pray on that. That prayer will be answered later. Hashem, give me eyes, ears, brain to see the good in that negative person. I want to see the good. If you create that person, it's going to be one thing good about them. Now in the month of Adar, those of you who know a little bit astrology, write down the chart of astrology, look pretty good. I talked to the two rabbi in Upper Safra today, this morning, and I said, what do you think? Is Yesh Mazal Yisrael or En Mazal Yisrael? And those of you who know the Pasuk, En Mazal Yisrael, meaning there is no sign of zodiac to the Jewish people. So one rabbi say, En Mazal, so Masechet Shabbat say something else, or we have a debate here. Say yes, but En Mazal Yisrael. So the other rabbi, very nice rabbi from Chabad, say, well, this is the same. He explained it from Chassidut point of view. So what do you think? I said, En Mazal Yisrael, meaning En זה המזל של ישראל. When you become En, when you become nobody, that's your mazal. You want to have mazal, become En. En, I'm nobody. Don't come to the room like, I arrived. Does everybody know I'm arrived? Paparazzi, where are they? What's going on? Nobody know I'm here. זה בעיה. זה אין מזל בזה. But you want mazal? Become En. Then you have mazal Israel. En is one force, like the En from Anochi Hashem, from the Ten Commandments. Anochi is also Aleph, Nun, Kaf, Yud. Right? So Anochi is Ain, Kaf. You want the Keter, you want the crown on you, Kaf is Keter, become Ain. Me'ain yavo Ezri. The whole secret of spirituality, the whole secret of Kabbalah, the whole secret of the month of Adar, how can I diminish my Ga'ava? And that's what Esther did. When Achashverosh gave her the Sharvit, I don't know if you know what Sharvit is, like a
Scepter. The scepter.
scepter, that's
The
what it's
one,
called.
no?
The
one.
king holds the scepter,
Right.
right?
Well, whatever,
Yeah.
okay. So the Sharvit, it's saying the Midrash,
Scepter.
Oh, לא שמעתי.
the Sharvit become very long. It become very long because Esther was very far, she was fasting, and when we fast, we have a bad smell, we look bad, the whole 9 yards. She didn't look the greatest after 3 days of fasting. So when Achashverosh gave her the Sharvit has in one side judgment, one side mercy. It turned it around, give her the side of mercy. She didn't take it. She go around all the way to him, and she took like the simple people from the marketplace, the judgment thing. She was able to become nobody. And when you are able to become nothing, whatever it is, it's yours. But if you're not able to let go of that gava, of that being right, you are right. Everybody agree you're right. What are you going to do with it? I want people to know I'm right. What for? So I feel normal. Okay, you're right, you're normal, הכול בסדר. What do you wish for yourself after you're right? I want to be happy. Let me tell you a secret. Never go together. Those highways will never meet each other. They need to be right. And the ability to be happy will never be in the same highway. Never. In any book, in any situation, in any marriage, in anything. You want to be right? Say goodbye to happiness and be right. If that's what makes you happy, you want to be happy, right? And being right. But remember, happiness will go to it will not come back. You want to be happy, let go of being right. Those are the two secrets about this month. This month, Esther and Mordechai are not busy being right. You think all the Jewish people in Iran agree with them? No. Look at the Megillah. What did it say? Verov Echav. Most of his friends agree with him. Why not Kol Echav? מה הבעיה? מה הבעיה שיהיה כל אחד? You all agree with him. It's Mordechai, he saved you. Mordechai, something was off with him. He had a ego. I don't know. I didn't like the dress. He went on a horse. So something. Sodek. I need Sodek. I'm right. I'm right. I'm right. בעיה. But when I let go of being right, those of you are married, or those of you are involved, or those of you are roommate, sometimes things are not working the way you want it. Somebody leave the socks in a certain place, somebody forget to wash the dishes. You don't like it when it's working like this. You're right. You're absolutely right. But don't let being right kill your happiness. Don't ever let being right come before happiness. So what to do about it? Some of you ask, what am I going to do? How am I going to fix it? How am I going to do it? Well, you have to ask yourself, why is this situation is around? What can I learn from that? Is it the mirror of my personality? Is there something about them that is similar to me? If you cannot find that there is a similarity between two of you, that means you gotta dig deeper. Hashem will not put us in a situation with the wrong people. There's no such a thing. Hashem is not waking up in the morning. He said, hey, I'm on vacation in Cancun. Can you put Eliyahu with, some people? No. It's operating. It's called Hashgacha Pratit. It's operating in a specific way how it's going to be. Please, remember, this month is a month of happiness. But Mar bin Besimcha doesn't say the month is a happy month. Mar bin Besimcha, meaning I'm awakening the happiness from within me. How do I awaken the happiness? By mercy and charitable. How do I get there? I'm not trying to be right. I try to be happy. Remember that being right usually end up bad. Always end up bad. So we're going to go to something called meditation or idbonenut. Usually we do it with melody, with some type of music. Because I'm in the 1 year of my mom, so forgive me. I'm not going to do it with music. Usually that's what we do. But I will teach you how to do it, where the eyes location. There is all Torah. You can study it actually from meditation book in English. Rabbi Aryeh Kaplan, if you read some of his book. And there is another book, if you read Hebrew, but it's deeper, it's not for everybody. It's Rabbi Avraham Abulafia. Rabbi Avraham Abulafia reads something a little bit deeper. It's, again, not for everybody, but it's way powerful there. Is how to talk to the angels, how to communicate. But again, when you feel it's the time, let us know. So the way we sit is very important. We don't cross arm and leg, okay? And we sit comfortable, and the main thing is the breathing actually. Avir and or, light and air is the same letter, just the yud went into avir, and there is a reason for that why the yud went there. So the avir that you breathe, there is two ways to breathe, either up or low. There is also secret in that is Yud Kevavke in the breathing. Upper A, lower A. Depends what you want to accomplish. Upper A is Bina, lower A is Malchut. That's just the basic. But I'm not a professional breather, but there is, last night if you would see, my wife tried to teach me some breathing technique. It actually worked. 10 minutes you fix something. I still don't believe it worked. Because of the breathing, she made me move the back and something.
Ooh,
Okay.
teach us.
Yeah. And she is humble, but she teach me something last night, and I said, "Oh my God, this is working." And I changed my face open, everything open. It's still opening. It's still blossoming. So anyway, so focus on the breathing. The reason the first thing we focus on the breathing because the brain of a human being is telling him he cannot control the breathing. So the biological reflex of the brain is you taking the reins and you say, Atzor, I'm in control. So the first thing is the breathing. So try to inhale, hold, and exhale if you can do that. First, start with that you are in control, and through that the heartbeat will start to be controlled by you. Now you can either hold the hand like this, or you can put the hand like this, or hand like this, or hand like this. Usually the Kabbalists love to do right or left. The reason they do right or left, when they pray, we do this, because the right is chesed, always on top of gevurah. Some do it this way, some do it this way. It's the same thing, but this is enough explanation. All right. So focus on the breathing. Try to do about 10. Inhale, hold it, just for a few seconds, and then exhale. About 10 times like this. If you're capable to make your back or spine a little bit stretch, or focus only on your breathing. No spirituality yet. Remember, avir ve'or. Slowly, while your eyes close, without moving your chin, that's a bit difficult. You want to make sure that the eyes look up, but without opening your eyes. The eyes look up, but without opening your eyes, without moving the chin. And you're supposed to feel like some type of tingling in your eyes, in your forehead. It start moving a little bit. We're activating. As you do that, I want you to be able to see the two letters, Kuf and Gimel. Gimel, that Hashem used to create planet in English called Jupiter, בעברית צדק. I want you to see that letter, go to your forehead, and then sit in the back of your head, in the back of your neck, above your neck. The Gimel sitting there, the letter Gimel. Through the letter Gimel, you're sending energy to the planet Jupiter or Kochav Tzedek. Kuf, creating the months of Dagim, Pisces. Adar, Hydra. See these letters coming to your forehead and sitting in the back of your head. Kuf and Gimel. Wonderful. Now to opening the gate that you want to open, the four letter, you cannot say it, the whole name together, but I will spell it to you. Remember, the eyes are up, chin is not up, eye closed, breathing is slowly. And now the four combination, the opening of all the gate for this month, Hey, Yud and Vav. Hey, Yud and Vav. You let this go into your forehead and sit exactly in the middle of the brain, not in the back. Hey, Yud and Vav. You have to be able to see it. The color that you want to be able to see is light blue turning into green. Light blue turning into green. What I want you to do now, from above your head, I want you to see the light blue, a little bit of green from above your head. It's basically washing you with this light. Washing you with this light, and the letters inside your mind is not changing. Kuf and Gimel in the back, and K, Yud, Vav in the middle of the brain. See how that light is going everywhere in your body, protecting you, giving you love, giving you the desire to be happy and smile all the time this month. At the same time, to be generous, invite one person that you love the most right now. Don't choose four people, one person that you love the most, that need you now, and send them that light as well for their soul. See how you're giving them that light from above to below. Green, light blue, K, Yud, Vav, Kuf and Gimel. Wash them in this light. If you want to choose somebody you're not crazy about, you can do it as well, but that will be more difficult. So try to choose somebody you're into and give them this light. Now, after you hug the person you like, I want you to be able to see yourself next to a lake or a river or ocean, wherever you can see your reflection. And when you look at your reflection, I want you to be able to see yourself with the biggest smile. See such a big smile on your face that it's so much amazing to see yourself laughing and smiling and being so happy. That should stay with your Yeshiva, with your memory, in your brain, in your mind, the entire month of Adar. can inhale and exhale. Deep. And then slowly, slowly, when you're ready, open your eyes. I want to tell you thank you everybody for coming, and thank you for hopefully we'll see you again and again and again. We have food for you. If those of you who have a tradition to do l'chaim and Rosh Chodesh, I have l'chaim here that I'm going to share, and that's what we usually do. Don't forget, before Purim we're planning on doing something, and there'll be a lot of event together, a lot of good things that we're going to do together, and we believe that the men get upset, that the women is the future, you know, as many rabbis right now talk about it, because I didn't explain it deep enough. The women represent different tikkun than the men. It's called igulim. Igulim means the circle. In the beginning, when God created the world, Haya u ushmo echad, it's called. U v'shmo echad is called circle. Now it's kav. Kav meaning it's going from below and it's climbing and climbing. Woman born with an ability higher than men, but it was betzumtzam. It was restricted. That ability is no longer can be used. So she can only get that ability from a man. I know it sounds not promising, but a man is supplying the energy. Why should marry? Why should marry? A man is supplying that energy to her. She can get it from a man, because that's how the tikkun works. Is she more elevated than men? Yes, she is. She is. But it only will happen again when the Messiah comes. She will go back to the place where it was. Till then, if you marry, it depends on the man energy. If you're not married, you have your own connection, not a problem. But once you get married, energy comes from the kav. That's why we have 0 and 1 is 10, or the binary language, 0 and 1. Thank you. Please eat.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you
Toda
so much.
Shabbat.
Amen.